Wondering whether Mailchimp or HubSpot is the better choice for your business? In this 2-minute guide, I'll break down the most important differences between these popular marketing platforms so you can confidently pick the right one for your needs. We'll walk through their standout features, pricing, ease of use, and more. By the end, you'll have a crystal clear sense of which platform fits best. No need for hours of research or endless comparisons. Okay, let's dive right into cost. HubSpot offers a free plan with limited features, but their paid plans are on the pricier side, and the pricing isn't always super straightforward. You'll also find a one-time onboarding fee, which is worth factoring in if you need help with setup. That said, HubSpot can actually save you money if you plan to use all of its many features. It's a true all-in-one tool. Think of it like buying a kitchen appliance that does everything. It's more expensive up front, but you might not need anything else. Mailchimp, by comparison, is more transparent and wallet-friendly. Their free plan is decent, and paid plans come in 3 clear tiers. There's no onboarding fee, so you can start without surprise costs. The pricing does jump considerably at the premium level, but unless you need absolutely everything, you can typically stay at a cost-effective tier. Now, let's talk about ease of use. HubSpot packs in a ton of features, but that means a steeper learning curve. Don't worry if you feel a bit lost at first. Many users do, simply because it's designed to handle more than just email campaigns. Mailchimp, on the other hand, is famously beginner-friendly. If you're new to marketing tools or just want to get up and running quickly, Mailchimp's interface is more intuitive. When it comes to contacts and email limits, HubSpot's free plan actually doesn't include any marketing contacts. You'll have to opt for a paid plan for those. The starter plan lets you manage 1,000 contacts, with limits increasing on higher tiers, and email sends are calculated based on your paid contacts. So, you need to know how big your list will be before committing. Mailchimp gives you 500 marketing contacts on the free plan, and plan prices rise as you add more contacts. The email send limits are also pretty generous and scale smoothly as you grow. If your contact list might balloon quickly, this incremental approach can really help you keep costs in check. Let's look at landing pages. With HubSpot, you get 30 landing pages on the free plan, and paid plans offer up to 10,000. Their pages are highly customizable, and you even get smart content and A/B testing on higher plans. Mailchimp allows unlimited landing pages on the free plan, but with more limitations and no option for A/B testing, which means less room to refine your campaigns based on data. Now for automation. HubSpot easily takes the crown here, with remarkably advanced automations that can handle complex workflows. If you're serious about streamlining your marketing and sales funnels, this is a major plus. Mailchimp offers basic automation, good enough for simple sequences, but it just can't match HubSpot's power. Both platforms offer plenty of email templates. HubSpot's are deeply customizable, while Mailchimp gives you over 130 designs, though they're less flexible. When it comes to analytics, HubSpot offers powerful insights and reporting, far beyond what Mailchimp provides, especially on the free plans. On social media, HubSpot allows advanced scheduling and analytics, but only on higher plans. Mailchimp does give you basic posting and scheduling, but not nearly the same level of control. For integrations, HubSpot connects with almost 2,000 apps and tools, and Mailchimp covers more than 250, so both are versatile. But HubSpot again goes further. So, who's the winner? If you want to keep things simple, Mailchimp wins on cost, ease of use, and starting quickly. But if you need powerful automations and deeper analytics, HubSpot is a smart investment. The winner depends on your business needs and how much you want to scale. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, drop any questions in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials like this one. See you next time.